Hi, folks. I'm glad to finally get to talk to everybody. This is Professor Keel, of course, and this message is going out to all 5 of my classes right now. So we will have some more general messages like this that go to everyone, but most of the messages, announcements, and any communication is going to be going through Canvas. Also, check your email, though, all the time. And we're going to have to figure out how to do this. This is kind of um, it's not kind of strange. It's actually unique. Nothing like this has ever happened in my lifetime, and I really hope it doesn't happen again. But it might be a sign of the future. So maybe if we get through this gracefully, that will help us in many times in the future. It is to some degree going to be an online future. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can't hear my breathing too loudly or the rain outside. I'm using a headset that I got for $1.50, I think, at a thrift store. And I just grabbed it because I knew that, my kids break headsets all the time. And my better stuff has so much hissing and so many problems that this seems to be making the best audio at the moment. But I'll improve that. The video, too, I think I may look kind of fuzzy to you, but I'm not sure. But I'll be working on that. I don't know exactly when we're going to go live. I hope it's the second half of this week, or maybe just next week. This week I'm planning on making videos and getting reading materials, visuals, everything else mounted up to Canvas. Not all classes are the same, but some adapt more easily than others. We're lucky that this is an English class because there's no doubt that we can adapt much more easily than some others to sort of achieve close to the same level of education, of the experience that we had before. So I'm kind of in some ways really trying to psych myself up to look forward to this. It's the kind of thing where you tell your kids and everybody, you need to see this as an adventure. And that sounds, pretty corny, but there's a kind of truth to it. I'm kind of smiling at the fact that those of us teachers who hadn't converted to online yet, I was one of those who had started a little bit. We're going to be forced. We're gonna learn right now, basically. And I know teachers that really don't even know how to scan a document, or they barely know how to turn things into PDF. So they're starting with a big learning curve in front of them. And then there's people like me who just know how to do some of this stuff, just not very well. And I'm going to have to learn an awful lot. And in a certain way, I thrive in situations like this. I learn very well, and if you have the motivation, everybody learns better than normal. So I'm trying to look forward to this. You guys, I have you guys at Cyprus that I'm going to do the best I can with, but I've also got 3 at home. And so I am all of a sudden home teaching also. So it's kind of fun that I go from like William Faulkner or thinking about the Harlem Renaissance or advanced paragraph shaping or something like that. And then all of a sudden I have to go back and the last video we watched was what happens if you eat sugar every day for 60 days. And that's fascinating to one of my kids. But tomorrow we'll be showing other videos and then reading materials and things like that. And I have to shift very, very quickly. So I'll be teaching the American Revolution at home, tomorrow. I'll probably be helping with a Spanish lesson, and then I'll also be putting materials together for you guys. So that's the kind of like hats that I have to try to wear, and hopefully it goes okay. So make sure that you do your best to convert yourself to this idea that okay, now we're going to do it online. We have to learn how to do this, both teachers and students. There's a ton of wonderful, apps and technological advances that are going to make this very doable. So I'm not in any way thinking this isn't going to work. I'm thinking, of course, it's going to work. We just, once we hit the headaches, we want to get through them as fast as we can. So, so hang in there. Look for videos or any other materials I put on Canvas for you, because each class is going to move forward in its way. And I definitely am working toward getting us some live teaching, and that way we can do some discussion too, okay, because most of my classes, they thrive better when it's discussion. I will certainly have lectures ready, and I'll have notes and tips on how to read materials and things. But we want to, if we can, get to the place where we can do it with the whole class together, at the very least, and with discussion boards. So even if that's not live, people can still comment about what others are commenting on. Okay. The school is going to have its own messages too, so keep watching those, because they're going to make the very big announcements, and you're going to hear some of them at the same time I will. Whether we stay closed for a certain number of months or something like this. I personally think we're not probably going back to the very least in the fall of 20. I'm hoping that if that's the case, that we still get some summer classes, because once we, get going with online, keeping, our sort of business, going is going to be a lot easier than so many of the other things out there. And I'm already talking to people who've lost jobs and people who are worried about losing their jobs, and that itself magnifies so many other problems. So there's no doubt there's going to be tons of headaches with this. At the same time, it is a great time to get some units and get your academic progress going. I feel bad for the people, especially the high school seniors who are, they're going to have an alternative prom or something. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I know a bunch of creative people are trying to help them, and to also help everybody else who's anxious and worried about this. Hang in there, and if you can, help other people hang in there. That's, you've seen messages from me this week where I sign and I say, be well or stay well. And at the same time, consider others. I think that's just one of the ways that we're going to get through this and actually feel like we achieve something. I'll talk to you later.